Hello guys, James here and welcome back to episode number 5 now I think of my Road to Glory and FIFA Ultimate Team on the Nintendo Switch. In this episode we're basically doing a load of SBCs. You'll see some sold stuff, just doing more bronze packs and all that stuff, like I say, always doing that. But yeah, the main thing of this episode is to show you, I believe it's the hybrid nations. I'll be able to confirm that in a minute, or hybrid leagues, one of the first two of the set. Yeah, hybrid league, sorry. So yeah, we've got the 4 SBCs in this, so you get a pack for each one of these, and then the pack at the end for completing all 4. And these have been in FIFA for years now, ever since they've started doing SBCs. I think maybe from the start they've been exactly the same requirements, but obviously each year as players change quality and leagues and all stuff like that, even some players change nations, obviously the players you're using them change every year, but they stay the same, the challenges. So once again, SBCs, if you need a hand on this, obviously these SBCs, they stick around the whole year, so whatever time you do them, if you haven't done them yet, little voice crack there, yeah, if you haven't done them yet, you can pause the video when I show the squads and use the players I have. And then if not, there's also Footbin that I've mentioned before, Foothead or Footwiz. There's a few different places, websites that you can look at. The only thing I would say with them is, although it doesn't affect the Switch market too badly, sometimes the players that they use in those solutions on the websites, obviously where a lot of people are looking at them, the price goes up because a lot of people are looking for the same players, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, the biggest thing I always try and get across with SBCs, what I think, obviously all the tips I give are my opinion, so yeah, I'm not saying you're right or wrong if you do it my way, but I just think with SBCs, the first thing you want to be looking at is, obviously you want to use the lowest value players you can, so how much they sell for on the market, and also sort of, if you can, depending on the requirements, the sort of most obscure nation and leagues you can fit in as well, because there's less likelihood that you're going to need them for other SBCs. So I just think, obviously, yeah, anytime you can fit bronze players in, anytime you can fit silver players in, I always go first of all, no matter what the criteria. I'll try and fit the players you need for the SBCs. I'll look on I'll set the search bar in my club for when you search for players, put that low to highest, then it shows you your untradables first. And yeah, basically my aim for every year is to try and get all the SBCs done that I can, that I think are good value and tradable rewards, whilst using up all the untradable stuff you get from the occasional tradable pack, like there's a couple of the tournament stuff at the start, and some of the rewards you get for the manager task are all untradable. So you will have some untradable stuff, plus sometimes there are some good value untradable SBCs where you might get like a mega pack and it's quite a cheap SBC to do, so although it is untradable, you're getting a lot of value back for something that you might pay not a lot for, with players and items in your club. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, the other thing is, basically I'm going to start doing a little tip series, which again, like I said, obviously all my opinion, not saying it's a right or wrong way of doing it, all these tips that I'll be giving, and I'll try and make them sort of short, no more than 5-minute videos I think, and I've got a few ideas, but if you could leave in the comments below stuff that you might want tips for. I think the first one will be just an overview of bronze packs and how I do that, and then obviously, yeah, where I'll keep it short, I'll just show you what I do, how often I do bronze packs, and then that will lead on to the next video, which I think will be one on contracts. Then the next one, that will be fitness, and then yeah, managers will tie in with contracts I think, but then just loads of different little tips really that I think I do get quite a few little questions about stuff that I think if I had some videos on my channel that I could point you in the direction of, that might be easier instead of trying to write it down in a comment replying to you. But yeah, we've also got, because we're going quite far back here since I've done the last video on the Road to Glory, we're going back to some of the promo SBCs that were going on over the Halloween holiday period. And yeah, we've got some of these, and then yeah, like I say, you see in there we use as many obviously where we do bronze packs, we've got a lot of bronze players from a lot of different leagues, a lot of different nations. So that is a good thing, is we can normally fit a lot of bronzes into a lot of different SBCs when the rating requirement isn't too high. And this UCL Marquee Matchups one is a perfect example. We get a bronze player in there in at right back and a silver player as well, and then just a load of sort of low rated gold cards. Payet being the most valuable, and I think he might have been untradeable. Forgive me if I'm wrong with that, but I think he was. So that's good. And yeah, like I say, I think it's quite an underrated way of sort of gaining coins. And I think obviously what I do is when I do these SBCs, unless a player is worth more than sort of 7.5k roughly, or yeah, 10 is sort of the main sort of thing. If a player is worth more than 10k and I pack them, I'll sell them to get those coins back. If they're worth any less than that, like I say, maybe between 7 and 10, then I'll consider it, depending on what the sort of who the player is and whether I think they'll retain that value. But yeah, anyone less than that, like any discard players, I'll just keep them in the club. You can sell them straight away, but I think on the Switch, where there is a limited player pool, a limited amount of packs getting opened compared to other consoles, the players, especially when SBCs come out where those players might be required in them, even if they're low value players, the value to keep them in your club so you can do SBCs as soon as they come out, or at least sort of like half of a SBC when they come out, so you save a lot of coins that way. And then also, if you just try and do every tradable one, like I say, and not many of the untradable unless they're really cheap, what you're going to do is, I don't use any fitness items, I don't really use any chemistry styles until I've got a player that I think I'll use for a while. I don't bother with chemistry styles because I think they're a bit of a waste, and I think chemistry styles do give a boost, but it's only a slight boost, I think, and I think you're better to try and just play the game and get better at the game rather than how much a chemistry style will actually help you out. That is just my humble opinion. But yeah, I think obviously if you don't use fitness, you don't use contracts, and you don't use chemistry styles, them three things alone, when you're doing these packs from SBCs, you're going to be making so many coins back. I think I've been selling non-rare gold contracts for around 400 to 450 coins each. I think the manager ones go for 200 to 250, maybe even 300 sometimes. Rare contracts go for 600 to 650, 700 sometimes. You've obviously got then squad fitness. They always go for around 1,000, sometimes a bit lower, sometimes a bit higher. Injuries, because I do the bronze packs and I say all the bronze injury cards, I pretty much sell all the gold ones that I can sell, so that all injury cards go. I try and sell the leg ones and just keep a couple of bronze ones in the club for if I do get a leg injury with one of my players, which do tend to be the only injuries I get, typical. So you sell all that off. I discard all the club item stuff like balls, kits, stadiums and badges that don't sell. Obviously that's the other thing, is that all that sort of stuff, you want to try and check that, and after a while you sort of get an idea. Bronze packs, gold packs, silver packs, you get an idea of what the stuff goes for, what sells, what you should bother checking. And yeah, you want to do these SBCs, like I say, cheap as possible, stuff that you got in your club, so technically you haven't paid for it. Then you do the SBC, you get the stuff back, sell the stuff that you don't need, which is all the consumables, and you just end up making coins quite easily. And then it's like a kind of a double whammy and all in one, where not only you're saving coins as well as making coins, and it sort of goes hand in hand. It's hard to explain, but hopefully with my tip videos as well coming up in the near future, it should all make a little bit more sense. As yeah, we're getting to not far off the end of the video, about 2.5 minutes left, but I think we've just done a marquee matchups here. And yeah, we do end up getting an 84 rated Schmeichel, which is not bad at all. And yeah, big boy Calvin Phillips, yeah, shout out to Mad Scientist in the Discord chat. He knows all about him and how yeah, he's one of my favourite players, of course. And yeah, all of these players, they just look at that, you think not a great pack, but we've got some silvers in there from some good leagues, some good nations, some rares or 1 rare gold and a few non-rare golds, and it's all just stuff into the club, and we'll definitely be using them. And then we get another 84 rated there with Ilicic, very nice indeed. And there's those rare gold packs are pretty good, to be fair, because you get at least around 3 contracts, which is around 2,000 coins before EA tax straight away. Then there we got a nice, that is a mega pack I think, so we get the manager there, which goes into the club and helps with applying manager stuff. All those contracts, like I said, look, 2 all injuries, 2 squad fitnesses, an anchor chemistry style, and it's just yeah, crazy amount of coins when you actually start selling all of that stuff off. But yeah, let me know down below. I think everyone's been having this issue. Sometimes you get these packs that don't want to open, as you would have just seen there, and basically I've found that if you just keep trying to open it, eventually it will open. I don't know what that little bug is, but there is quite a few of them. But yeah, that's worked for me. Just keep trying to open it. Eventually it does, and yeah, it's just like normal then. But it's a frustrating little thing at the time when you're trying to open packs, and then you get one like that. So yeah, that is just a hint from me. And yeah, basically, hopefully as well, soon I shall be doing some drafts and doing all that and getting some gameplay into these videos. But I think the next few on the RTG side of my videos will be keeping you up to date with the SBCs I've done, and yeah, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for watching. The support's been amazing, loads of comments, loads of views, and yeah, it's just great to see, and thank you so much for watching. Check out all my links in the description below, and then yeah, hit up the Discord chat, that's in the description below. I'll also put a link to a FIFA League which a guy from the Discord chat has set up. I've been meaning to put that in the last video, but I've remembered now, so shout out to him. And yeah, just thanks so much for watching. Hit the bell notification icon so you get notified when my videos go live. Subscribe, and yeah, like it, and yeah, thank you very much.